It's just finished West Ham 0, Arsenal 6. Now, usually in this review, we discuss the highlights, the goals, the red cards, the big chances, the controversy, VAR, whatever. We discuss the talking points of the game. It's impossible to do that today. It's impossible to talk about Arsenal's goals, where it went wrong from West Ham. There's nothing that went right. The best thing about that game was a fucking full-time whistle. That was the only good thing about it. That was the highlight for West Ham fans. When that final whistle went, we were put out our misery because last week we got beat 3-0 by Man United, and I didn't think it was a fair reflection of the game. I don't think it was a 3-0 win for Man U. We just got beat 6-0 today. I think it was a fair reflection of the game. I think Arsenal deserved to win 6-0, or you could flip it round, which is we deserved to lose 6-0 today. That was just pathetic. It was absolutely embarrassing from start to finish. There was just nothing. Tactics, dreadful. Players' attitude, dreadful. Player performance, dreadful. The man and match for West Ham, and this is fucking low standard man and match. So our best player today was probably still Alphonse Areola. I'm not even taking the piss. We've conceded 6 goals, and I thought he was our better player. Now, I'm not saying he had a good game, but he was better than the 10 outfielders in front of him. Not only that, the ones that came onto the pitch as well. You can count on one hand how many players tried. When we've been at our worst under David Moyes, and I include last season when we're in a relegation battle, even when we've been at our worst, I've always felt the players tried. Sometimes the tactics would be shit, the players' attitude would be, the players' performance would be crap. But I always felt the attitude was right and the desire was right. It was just, we weren't good. I don't feel like that today. I didn't feel it against Bristol City, and I'm not felt again today. There was nothing from our players. There was no... I think it's embarrassing. A lot of people watching right now will be thinking that was just a very embarrassing performance from West Ham. But you didn't feel like the players were embarrassed by that. It felt like they were accepting that Arsenal were pissing all over them. That was a training exercise. After about, I don't know, they scored in the 30th minute or something like that. By the 2-3-0, it was just training. It was routine for Arsenal. The players had given up. Just nothing whatsoever. We got it wrong from start to finish. There was no point in the second half. We might as well have just not bothered coming out. The first 10 minutes, they were all over us. Arsenal were all over us. We couldn't get out of our box. Never mind our half. We couldn't get out of our bloody box. All over us. Then we got the ball. We were allowed to touch it for a little bit and pass it around. We didn't create anything, didn't do anything. Got one corner, knocked it about a bit, gave it to Areola to hoof it, to knock it about and give it to Areola to hoof it. And then it was just one-way traffic. After from the 20th minute onwards or something, it was all one way. So by the time the first goal come, you were expecting it. It was just a case of when. It wasn't a case of will Arsenal score. It's when are they going to score and who's going to get the goal. Set piece. We can see the set piece. Arsenal did the same tactics they've been doing for the past few weeks. Anyone watches Premier League football will know this is what Arsenal have been doing. Everyone at the back post running in from the back post. Everyone knows that except West Ham. We decided to put our tall players at the front post. Yeah, nice one. Fucking genius, isn't it? Well done. Honestly, it's unbelievable. So bang, and it goes. Their third goal was also a set piece. The biggest reason for playing Thomas Souček is for his set pieces. We've conceded 2 goals. We're not even fucking good at. We don't get set pieces to attack. We're not even good at defending the set pieces. So what's the point? And I'm not singling out Thomas Souček saying he played crap today. They all played crap today. It's not his fault that we've lost 6-0. But David Moyes selected him, and the biggest reason for selecting him is because of set pieces. And what's the point? If you're going to concede 2 anyway, what is the point of it? It doesn't work whatsoever. It was horrific. We had fucking nothing today. Nothing going forward and nothing defensively either. That was easy for Arsenal. That's the worst I've seen us play. I can't even tell you. I cannot tell you the last time. We obviously got smashed by Fulham, but depends if you believe it. But apparently the players were ill. I do kind of believe it because off the back of that, we went and beat that German team in the Europa League, and then we beat Wolves, and we came back from it. But there's no excuses for that today. There's no asterisks next to that to say players were ill. There's nothing. That was our starting 11 bar Lucas Paqueta. You could make the argument that if Antonio was fit, he would play as well. But you're never going to convince me that David Moyes would play Bowen, Kudus, Paqueta and Antonio in the starting 11. You won't convince me. because that would mean only 2 centre midfield. No chance does he do that. So we're only one player short of our starting 11 out there today, as far as I'm concerned, whether it be Lucas Paqueta. Well, it is Lucas Paqueta. And that's what we got. Moyes got the lineup wrong. Moyes got it wrong. The worst thing, that's not the worst thing, one of the worst things for me today is Billy Connolly. I always remember his phrase. I think I came across it when I was in my teenage years. Billy Connolly's phrase, expect nothing, you can't be disappointed. I've always remembered it. That's why last week when some people said, why not angry after the Man U result? Because I expected to get beat. We played better than what I thought we would. The result was worse than I expected, but I actually thought the first 45 we played better. So there was no anger there. Today I expected nothing. I expected a fight. I expected us to try. I thought we would lose, but I expected us to try and make it competitive. But even expecting nothing today, I've still somehow got fucking less than I expected. How is that even possible? In the build up to this game, whether it be in the preview, the comments in the preview, whether it be the live chat in the build up, there was very little optimism. Very, very little. I think it's sad. I think it's very sad to see, but it's fucking justified. How can it not be after that? All that's done is prove everybody correct that thought some people were predicting a hiding. You know, there's some people saying, I thought we were going to lose 4-0. I've got that wrong because it was worse. There's no excuses for that today. Absolutely none whatsoever. There's no excuses. Arsenal are a good team. Yes, they are. But we made them look like the best team we've ever seen. We were pathetic today. Every single player on that pitch was pathetic. There's one or two I felt tried. When I say the effort wasn't there, I think there was one or two trying. And it got to the point, it was difficult to watch. There's some things in life which is just hard to witness. You don't like doing it. Gonzo uses the mouse playing with a cat playing with a dead mouse. It can be difficult to watch sometimes. It was a bit of that. We got a corner 5-10 minutes to go. Now, I appreciate it's petty, but we're taking it seriously. We had fucking Bowen and Ward-Prowse stood over it. All the big boys up. We're all getting ready for the corner. We're all trying to do our tactical thing. Bear in mind, there's 5 minutes to go and it's 6-0 down. It was almost difficult to witness the players still pretending that we could do something. Anyway, we took the corner and Raya came out and caught it, went on the counter-attack. It was fucking hell. Even at 6-0, even when Arsenal have given up, we're still the second best team. We were still worse than them, even though they'd stopped trying. It's bad. I've seen a lot worse at West Ham in terms of the bigger picture of where we are, reading relegation battles, etc. And we're not in danger of getting relegated this season. But a couple of weeks ago, we were 6th in the league. And there was this sense of we perhaps didn't deserve to be there in terms of what our performances were doing. But we're now 8th. And we've been looking over our shoulders for quite some time now. What's that, 7 games without a win in all competitions? It's not getting any better. We've got winnable fixtures on paper coming up. But today I just wanted to see something that would say you'll be all right. You can go into Nottingham Forest away next week and get the 3 points and get back on track. How are you supposed to expect anything other than a defeat next weekend? And I know it's no Paqueta, no party and all that, but it shouldn't be that. It should not be that. But even if we struggle to win without Paqueta's not the reason we concede 6 goals. He might be the reason that we're lacking creativity, but he's not the reason that we can't fucking defend set pieces or that some of the players in the team don't care. They just don't give a shit, because that was the feeling you got today. There was just nothing out there from the players whatsoever. Went in 4-0 down. You thought, well, the game's over. Let's see a reaction. There was nothing. We came out and there was just nothing whatsoever. The players did not care where we were getting smashed by Arsenal out there. I hated today. I absolutely hated it. I mean, okay, now the manager's going on about his new contract talks. Well, he better be hoping that it's still in his desk drawer or something, because you get the impression he's maybe rushing it up because of this, what's coming. But today was just from everything. Everything was wrong. Starting 11 was wrong. Again, 55% of people, our subscribers, 55% of people before the game did not like the starting 11. That's a big number. 55% of people is a big proportion of people that don't like the starting 11. There's a reason for that. We played the same 11 against Man U. Yes, we did well in the first 45 minutes, but even playing well against a lesser side, we were still losing 1-0 at half-time. We still went on to lose that game 3-0. So his answer is to play the exact same 11 again because he's got no bollocks to make the big calls in that team. There was 3 or 4 big calls for Moyes to make today with that selection. Sufalo Johnson at right back, bottled it. Zuma not starting, bottled that one. Dropping one of his midfielders to potentially bring in Calvin Phillips. He decided not to. Okay, but I feel like he just didn't make the decision rather than because he's not made any of the other ones. Then if you're going to play Sufal right back, he's got a decision further up the pitch, which is who do you play in the winger's position? Ben Johnson. Like I said, he played well against Man U, and I think Ben Johnson should have started. But even though people felt Ben Johnson overall, people thought Ben Johnson had a good game last week against Man U. I've seen very, very little people, very few West Ham fans wanting Ben Johnson to start right wing or left wing today. Very, very few. The manager didn't have the cojones to make the big calls today. He ended up getting a big fucking embarrassing defeat against Arsenal. That was the easiest game Arteta will ever manage. He didn't even have to manage it. Sit back and watch. Just watch Arsenal play their way through us. Watch us part like to see if Moses was stood there. Easy for Arsenal. Embarrassing from us. I always felt coming into the season, during the season, even when we've been 6th, I've always been quite reserved. I've always been hoping we can maybe get 8th, and luck happens, and 8th is enough for the Conference League football. And I know it's a low expectation. I appreciate that, but I'm happy with that. I don't even think we can get that anymore. It's just difficult. But it's got to the point now I'm thinking, can we even get top 10? Not at this rate. Not at this rate. We've got European football. We're supposed to be looking forward to it. We're supposed to be looking forward to the draw being done, getting drawn against somebody, then two legs come up in European football. And listen, I'm sure my attitude will change towards that because it will get more exciting. But at this point, it's very difficult to muster up any enthusiasm for that European games at all. Bad. Everything was wrong today from start to finish. Embarrassing from David Moyes, but the players are also embarrassing as well. But ultimately, the blame, first and foremost, lies in the dugout today. Like I said, the players did nothing to help themselves. I genuinely think Aviola was our best player out there today. I think Bowen gave it 100%. He just got fucking bullied by 2 Arsenal centre-backs and nothing to go on. But I thought he was trying. I thought he was working hard. But this is what I'm saying. It was difficult to witness. In the first half, I could see Bowen running from Gabriel to Rhea to Saliba to Rhea to Gabriel. They were just passing it around. They were just watching Bowen run around because Ward-Prowse was stood between the centre-backs and Declan Rice not knowing what the fuck to do. Nobody was getting Declan Rice. We all know how Arsenal play. They like to get it into Rice to turn and move the ball out. We all know that. We allowed Declan Rice the freedom of the London Stadium today. Anyway, I'm going to disappear. Not good enough. Not good enough from anybody at West Ham today. I'm off. I'll catch up with you tomorrow.